Do you want to be useless, dependent on others? If you don't learn how to use AI, that's what you'll become sooner than you think. It will either be to your benefit, or it'll replace you. You don't need to study algorithms or coding. It's enough to get familiar with the practices. And this is exactly what you're about to learn with me. Many have already spoken about the topic, but be assured, they have opinions with their financial interests in mind. Or worse, they're generating wisdom with ChatGPT. I'm about to give you the unfiltered truth in a way you don't find elsewhere. More videos about this are coming in the future. Make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss them. You see, we began a phase we can call the AI revolution, which has already affected people's lives, but this is nothing compared to what comes. Each job we know today will be replaced one by one. Sooner or later, yours too.
The amount of change we're going to see over the next 5 years, 10 years, will dwarf everything that's happened over the last 30.
In our dramatically changing world, the best you can do is stay up to date. The people most at risk of losing everything are those who choose to ignore this or call it a hype. Regardless of how much easier these systems will make our everyday, the human life will always remain in competition. Our position in society has always been crucial since we were monkeys. What truly matters is how you handle things compared to others. Women will still choose the men who are more successful than others. Men who earn more money will still be able to buy better stuff. And those who can't afford it will still envy them. Robots can do all the work instead of you. Your needs and happiness will always adapt to the circumstances, which will create new kinds of challenges. But hold on, the world will not look like that, with everyone having a nap on the beach while machines do the work. Whenever there's a new invention, a great tool, some people always try to misuse it to their advantage, and not for what it was intended. You see, this is human nature, trying to have more power than others. But everyone has a different place where they draw the line between selfishness and mutual good, between own desires and conformity. Therefore, because of some greedy people, you're forced to be greedy too, to be in competition. The other option is failure. You're doing yourself the biggest favor to do well in the competition by watching this channel. What will actually happen is the creation of new jobs. Most of them will leverage AI. We'll get to that later. But first, here are the first ones that are getting replaced.
AI is primarily going to impact jobs that are very predictable, routine, repetitive.
Data entry clerks, administrative workers, customer service, assembly line jobs, retail checkouts, basic analytical roles, entry-level graphic design, drivers. They will be the first victims, with many more to come. But beware, we don't talk in absolutes. This is not a 0 and 1, being replaced entirely or not at all. We'll see, and by the way, already seeing, only the highly skilled experts keep their jobs. In the case of programmers, the recent graduates are already struggling to get hired. The trend is getting worse for two reasons. AI being able to do many tasks of an entry-level professional, but for cheaper, and helping the most efficient people to automate certain tasks, increasing their productivity, decreasing the number of people needed. It's very harsh on those who started their studies a few years back when IT was in the highest demand, to end up jobless by the time they graduate. That's how quickly the world is changing. And your life is no different. The bar is getting raised, and higher level professionals are getting replaced, as well as entire professions, sooner or later. But what's even crazier is the type of jobs we'll start to see. Prompt engineer, AI ethicist, human-AI collaboration manager, virtual reality experience designer, and other roles which would surprise you today. You'll hear more about this in another video. You've already witnessed several AI tools that can help you a lot in your productivity. The best thing you can do today is to learn how to use them to your advantage. Image generators, chatbots, I don't even need to list them all. The issue lies in the overwhelming amount of garbage online, and it's difficult to find valuable info where opinion is not biased by financial interests. I have another video in store for you, with the best tools I genuinely believe in. No BS. This is not a channel where you're going to learn how to make fake synthetic content, but how to be more productive and create actual value. There's a theory about the economy saying many people end up having no jobs, with the unemployment rate way higher than now. Just because some people may talk while being money-driven, doesn't mean what they're saying is untrue.
There will come a point where no job is needed. You can have a job if you want to have a job. The AI will be able to do everything.
Imagine a world where only the best skilled people have work. And the rest, well, they depend on more advanced social support, which will be made possible by then. A universal basic income makes sure that you don't die of hunger. But I am curious how people will find the purpose and meaning in life. Not even mentioning having no control anymore. Without going too much into psychology, let's just say you're about to see measures with the intention to erase that kind of natural instinct. And if you still want adventure, challenge, conquest, you'll have the most realistic VR video games ever available for you. People won't need to learn skills to get things they desire. I'm sure you don't want to be a vegetable like that and have your future out of your hands. Stick with real human life. Remain self-conscious. Ask yourself, how can you adapt and fly in this new era? Think about it. Shift your perspective and educate yourself. Luckily, YouTube is a great place.
That if you've got a very creative job where you're genuinely thinking outside the box, coming up with new ideas, generating new insights, that I think that's going to be relatively safe. AI is likely to be a tool that you use rather than something that replaces you. A second category there is if you're really working with people and building sophisticated relationships with people, or you need to have empathy, as would be the case with a nurse, for example.
By proactively learning and upskilling, you position yourself ahead of the curve. The AI revolution isn't just about jobs being replaced. It's about new opportunities. While competing in life, you can and should team up with others. Help each other, even if not with the whole society, but with those who have similar values to you. To have an edge over the majority of people. What I'm about to do here is create the best tribe ever, where we make each other more successful while leveraging AI in the new digital world. It's not about how to use a single tool for a single purpose, but how to use AI that will make you level up in all areas of life. And if you're well informed about AI tools, you might have already stumbled upon extensions for summarizing the content of YouTube videos for you. I don't recommend that for this channel. That makes you lose out on the essence, the message conveyed here. You can only build the best connection through human-to-human interactions. I'm happy to welcome you in the comments below. Feel free to express your goals.